Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us on another episode of Breakpoint Now. Once again, your host, Jesse Leone from Breakpoint Booking. Today, we got a very talented artist, straight from Ontario, California, not to be confused with Ontario, Canada. Entrepreneur, music artist, promoter, Mr. 60 East.
Yo, what's
How's
good?
it going, my man?
Chilling.
Good, man. You're looking good, man. Looking good.
Thanks, man. You too.
So how's it going, man? How's the life right now as a hip hop artist during the COVID era?
It's kind of fun. I mean, being an artist, because you just get to kind of stay home and make music. That part is kind of cool. Like, I don't have to go nowhere other than I mean, the artist part at least. I still go out. I've still been going to work every day since COVID started and stuff. Like, still going to like my 9-to-5 gig or whatever. So not much has changed for me. But like on the promoter side of things for the festival, like that's really where things kind of took a toll. And so trying to like manage all that stuff and like trying to figure out touring and when all that stuff's coming back has been really the big dilemma for me thus far.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. It's gonna change the dynamic, man, of touring as we know it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Give you a better background.
There we go. Nice, man. Hello. I actually got this for you. You can follow him, IG, Twitter. Check out his festival website, 60east.net. Check him out. But yeah, man, I hear you're a big TV and movie buff.
TV, not so much. Movies, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool, man. Did you? What are like some of the newer movies that like kind of interest you right now?
Newer. I mean, I was a big going to the movies person. So since COVID happened, like I haven't been able to go to the movies. So I usually just see what's new on Netflix. Or lately, I've just been kind of catching up on movies that I had never seen from even back in the day. You know what I mean? And just
yeah,
I've actually taken this time to catch up on all the movies about the civil rights, the Civil War, slavery, segregation, stuff like that. Just because of everything that's going on outside, I really wanted to educate myself on more stuff. You know what I mean? So I always like watching movies and reading books and documentaries and stuff about everything I want to learn about.
Awesome, man. Yeah, you got to keep that brain sharp, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you watch Tiger King?
God, no.
You didn't watch it?
Nah, hell no, man. I probably watched like 1 or 2 episodes, and I was like, I'm good on this shit, bro. This is retarded.
No, you're probably one of the few.
I'm glad I'm one of the few.
Yeah, that's funny, man. That's awesome. Okay, cool, man. You have a daughter. How old is she now?
5.
Wow, crazy, man. How is it with her? Like, being home and like, you can't really go out, whatever.
She's kind of a headache. I've been trying to get my teacher mode on, so I've been like creating like just little things so we can get creative, like arts and crafts, building stuff, canvassing. I bought her a couple books that I've been reading to her and making her read, and just trying to keep that discipline instilled in her because it feels like every day's a weekend. You know what I mean?
Yep. They got the iPads now, man. It's like,
oh, I hate that. I
know, man. Same here, man. We're trying to do the same thing with my son. He's like on the iPad, whatever you can. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's good, man. You're engaging her, doing some activities and stuff. We try to do the same thing. All right. Well, let's get to your. Your daughter was in a music video for the first time.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man. How did she like that?
She liked it. This was actually her second video appearance, but the first one she was still like a baby and didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
This one she was actually like acting, and we had it like the director was giving her direction and giving her little assignments and stuff, and she was like following and like and able to comprehend what was going on. So it was super dope. Be like acting, like being an actress.
Oh, that's awesome, man. All right, so let's talk about your newer your recent release, the Freeway series, Volume 3 with Curtis King. If you guys haven't checked it out, man, check it out. It's super dope. In my eyes, it's probably your best work to date. You know what I mean? I feel like you really put your heart and soul into this one.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So like Curtis, how was it working with Curtis King?
I wouldn't know. I didn't really work with him. Like we did. We had a couple of exchanges via email, but that was kind of it. And it was I put that kind of blame on myself just because like we had started working on the project and like I was kind of indecisive about the direction.
Mm-hmm.
It ended up just kind of being like, you know, I ended up picking a couple of beats over a couple of weeks, and you know, a few years later the album just pops back up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that, man. That's cool. But you do have the song.
It's kind of how life goes. You know what I mean? Especially every project is its own journey, and life happens. So in between, like starting this project and finishing it, like I started and finished other projects in between and released them. You know what I mean? So
okay.
This was just kind of on the back burner for a while.
Yeah, sweet, man. You do have a song on there called "Sleep Talk," man. That's my favorite song in the whole album, man. Like just verbally, man, you kind of just kill it. And then Afro, who is on there too, man. He's awesome too.
He raps too good, man.
Yeah, he had a song with R.A. Rugged Man. Did you hear that one?
It gotta be dope.
Oh my god, man, that is just.
I was just glad he didn't do that on this track. We never had a conversation about it, but I was just like, yo, man. I never told him, but I was like, yo, thank you for taking it easy on me.
That's funny, man. Yeah, I can't imagine like your own track, right? And you got something like that. It's just like.
No, I mean, but that's kind of why when you do records like that and you reach out to people like him, it's like, yo, do your thing, fucking rip the beat's head off, you know. And I was actually kind of lucky because we were supposed to have Elzai on the song, and when I told like Afro had sent me a verse, and then we had talked about getting Elzai on the song, and he was like, oh man. He's like, I might have to send you another verse. He's like, we might have to do this again. You know, he's like, he was scared of like, you know, Elzai coming on and maybe getting the upper hand or whatever. But he was just like, yeah, let's let it rock. He was like, yo, I'm comfortable with that verse. But it was kind of funny, like on some behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, cool. So you have the Happiness of Pursuit Festival that you've thrown for the last 5 years, correct?
Is it? Damn, it's been that long. 3 years, I believe. 4 years. This was our 4th year.
This would be the 4th year. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, man. You've really like done a lot of work with this. You know, it's like one of the like that true hip hop like type of festival that's out there. You know, as opposed to like, you know, maybe a paid dues or something like that. Yeah. How did you even got a cosign from Mervs, right?
Yeah.
Can you explain your festival if for people that are watching that don't know about it?
Yeah, like you said, we're just an independent hip hop festival. There's not a lot of those around now since like you said, Pay Dues and other festivals like that have disappeared. And you know, I never saw myself as a promoter, even though like I've been throwing shows and parties since I was a kid. I've always kind of liked organizing events, but it was just never like I never looked at myself like as a promoter. And then after touring and doing festivals and shows all around Europe and the States, like I kind of got an itch for wanting to do my own show. And I would attest some of that to one of my mentors, Jay Warzinski, who founded the Indie Entertainment Summit. I used to intern at his record label, and I remember him starting this shit from scratch and like going through all of the process and me helping him and me kind of seeing like the behind the scenes and seeing that it's not very hard to throw a festival or like a big event like that. So all of those things really just came into play when it came time to creating the show. And you know, I luckily just the opportunity kind of fell in my lap and I just kind of ran with it.
Cool, man. Yeah, and it's at in your hometown, right? Ontario?
Yep. It's like a block or two from my grandma's house. She still lives like a block away from there.
Cool, man. Yeah, any LA Pete's, man, you make sure you go check it out. It's tentatively set for October, right?
Yeah, the first Saturday of October. You know, depending on how things go with everything going on outside.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully, hey, let's pray, man, that happens. I'm definitely going.
Yeah.
For sure. I'll bring some peeps too. Yeah. So you have some like pretty awesome artists that you've booked on the Thought Fest. You know, Mobb Deep, Murs, Blue, Sky Zoo. You know what I mean? How do you get in contact with some of these, like, I mean, in my mind, legends?
you know, being in the game as long as I have, I kind of have a relationship or in with a lot of these dudes, and most of these dudes are people that I come across like while I'm touring or overseas or whatever, and I see them doing their thing, and I'm like, yo, like I see what you're doing, you know, let me get your number type deal, or like, you know, I have music with these dudes. I've been doing shows with a lot of these for a long time, and if there's ever somebody that I don't have some kind of connection with, you know, I'll just reach out to their agent or whatever. Or at this point, like I said, like I have enough friends in the game where I can just kind of be like, yo, I know you know this dude. Can you connect me with him or whatever, or her?
Cool, man. Yeah, I know. Like I said, man, you got the list goes on, man, for sure. Now, how long have you been? You've like you said, pretty much your whole life you've been in the hip hop game in some sort. How long has that been?
Wow. I want to say like, I mean, oh man, I would say forever, dude, really. But like, I would say I started like breakdancing and rapping and all that like around 3rd grade. That's when I was like all full in, you know what I mean? I was just that kid wearing an Adidas sweatsuit, breakdancing at lunch and shit.
Yeah, get all the elements in there for sure.
Yeah, and you know, my introduction to hip hop was b-boying. Before I'm sure I had been listening to hip hop like loosely, but like the first element I fell in love with was b-boying.
Yeah, man, that's dope, man. What so like the Jabberwockies?
I was
kind of like
I was a Rocksteady crew cat, Crazy Legs and Mr. Freeze and them.
Oh yeah.
Beat Street, like I grew up like that was my shit, like that. Even to this day, like I consider like a big part of my life was California, a West Coast Mexican version of Beat Street. Like that, my life story was very similar to that.
That's dope, man. Yeah. I grew up in the same era. So like in middle school, you know, people will be battling, you know, in the playground, you know, man, that someone put a cardboard down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was old school right there. That was awesome.
So we would have like a piece of cardboard, right? And we would go on the corner, or like my mom lived on a main street. So we would just go in the driveway on the cardboard and start dancing, and people would drive by and throw change, and like people walking by would throw change at us and shit like that. We make our little $5 or whatever.
Nice, man. Little like a young entrepreneur.
Yeah, and I mean, it was just kind of, it was even to this day, like it was never the approach of I'm gonna do this for money. It was just like, yo, I'm gonna do what I love, and money just came.
Hey, that's the life of an artist, man.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, so what are like some of your influences? You have a song called Top 10. You know, if you guys haven't checked it out, make sure you go check that out. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, all that. But yeah, who are some of your like biggest influences?
Man, I would start with my friend Space Ghost, who I know we're gonna get into, but he's just an artist that I grew up with. He he was just the first guy that I knew that I met, and I was like, yo, this dude is amazing. And he made me step my game up. And he's the one that actually showed me how to count bars and how to write rhymes and all that. So I would always give him a lot of credit. I hate saying Eminem, but I definitely did have an Eminem phase. Prior to that, like I was heavy on East Coast rap, like Rakim, Cannabis. I loved Cassidy. Again, Cassidy was like Eminem. Like I had a phase where I was just like, I thought I was just like the most hardcore gangster drug dealer rapper, you know what I mean? And yeah. I always say, I always tell people like, yo, if I never met like the rhyme stayers and like the independent hip hop shit, I would probably still be rapping like Cassidy. But Joe Budden, I know he's a big media dude now, but like his catalog heavily inspired my pen, especially when it came to just kind of letting the pen go. And I don't want to say being emotional, but more like just being open, you know what I mean? And just letting it go, man.
I know, I feel like people don't, he's kind of underappreciated in my eyes. You know, in the beginning he did like Pump It Up, kind of like more like poppy tracks, but then the other part of his career, like people don't really like know that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's why I would always get into arguments with people growing up. When people be like talking about who's great, who's the best, and I'd bring up Budden. it would always be like, yo, pump it up, Joe Budden. I'm like, nah, mood music, Joe Budden. People would be like, mood, what?
Yeah.
About his whole mixtape catalog, and that catalog like changed my life. Like, you know what I mean? And he has a whole cult following built around that kind of music. And I'm definitely like a child of that.
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, he's pretty good, man. Now, okay, so you have any you said you've been, at home, kind of like quarantine, whatever. What are like some new projects that you can maybe tell us about? You got anything coming up?
I mean, I just dropped the song today, a single. So I've been kind of working on that. It's kind of like a little campaign that I had unexpectedly stumbled upon, but it was just kind of paying tribute to my dead homie. And I made like 3-4 videos of content and a single all about that. So that's what I'm releasing as we speak. After that, I'm in the studio every day, and right now I'm mixing my my next album, which I can't really speak too much on, but it's almost done. But prior to the end of the year, I think I might release the Freeway Series 4. Maybe.
Oh man, busy man.
Yeah, I mean,
so
I ain't doing nothing else, man. So I'm trying to let this music off,
Yeah, no doubt, man. All right, so we were talking about your homie Space Ghost. Your song I Remember. I listened to it today, man. It's dope, man. And I even like the clips at the end of him rapping and stuff. Like, you could definitely say that you could definitely see that he influenced like your style of rap. You know what I mean? Like, can you speak on the song, how it came about, or any details that you want to give on?
Yeah, I had always wanted to pay tribute to my friend. I mentioned him in a lot of my music, never in a lot of detail, just kind of passively mention his name or whatever. And I just kind of always wanted to tell this story. This is, as much as it's his story, it's also my story. And I'm a seed of what happened, you know what I mean, that night. And like everything that happened affected my life and my career and just everything, you know what I mean? So I think this song not only lets people know about my friend, but also gives them a lot more insight into my life and into my perspective and where I come from and my background, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like the stories tie together. And as much as I'm telling people his story and what happened, I'm telling them my story and where I was for everything.
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, like I said, very heartfelt. I dug it, man. And like I said, you could definitely tell that you guys have some similarities. You know what I mean, with those last couple clips.
Jack your style.
Yeah, so make sure you guys check that out, man. I Remember 60 East. It's everywhere, right? You can get it on Spotify and
it just dropped today. It's everywhere today.
All right, cool. All right, so you do have like some pro wrestling like lines in your raps. Do you still watch wrestling to this day?
I don't. If I do, it's usually watching some throwback stuff online.
Okay, what was your favorite era?
90s, bro. Definitely 90s, early 2000s. Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. I couldn't really see. Yeah, the SmackDown era, Monday Night Raw type shit. That's when I was like a kid. That's where I grew up watching. And I was always the youngest of the crowds that I ran, and so a lot of my friends grew up in the 80s, where it's more like the Bam Bam Bigelows and those like the earlier dudes, and like I would always kind of lean more towards that than the newer stuff. I would always reach back just because all my homies were older.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. Oh yeah, like the old Hulk Hogan and Macho Man and like that kind of stuff. Yeah, for sure. Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah,
cool, man.
I'm a little young, so I was the more like D-Generation X era and like the Union and
yeah. Oh yeah, same here, man. I was a Stone Cold guy.
Yeah, I think we're the same age, so it was like we grew up.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio.
Yep, all day.
Yeah, for sure. All right, cool, man. So can you share me like a funny story that you've had on tour?
Man, I had seen the question. I was trying to think of a good one for you. I guess I mean, I don't know how funny this is, but we were like it was our last show, and we had been in Europe for like 2 or 3 weeks, and we're tired, we smell, we're all out of clean clothes, we're all broke, we just want to get home, But it's like this last show is kind of dope, and we're in like the middle of Poland, like 2 hours away from the nearest airport, and just like in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like if these dudes wanted to like kill us and bury us, like they could have done it and no one would have ever known anything of 60 or Wacko again. Wacko's my cameraman.
Yeah.
And, so we had a flight the next morning, right? So then we're at the show, getting ready to perform, and like 10 minutes before I go on, I get a text message from the airline saying that the flight had been canceled, and like there's certain airlines over there where they just cancel your shit, like on some Spirit Airline shit. They just cancel it and be like, yo, like, well, good luck type shit. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
And we were like, yo, what the fuck? Like, we're supposed to go home in like 8 hours, dude. And like, we're in Poland, you know what I mean? So, you know, flights aren't cheap, and like trying to find a last minute flight, and there's only one airport. It's again 2 hours away or whatever. And I think it was more like 4 hours away. It was like driving LA to Vegas. So I had to like get on my phone again. We're in the middle of Poland, so Wi-Fi is shitty. So I'm on my phone trying to find flights, last minute flights, and like luckily we were able to find something, and managed to like get everything put together like a minute before our performance. And then it was like, oh, okay, we're good. And then it's all right. And then the guy walks in and he's like, yo, you guys are up. And we're like, oh shit. So like, yeah, we had to walk on stage and perform, and like we got off stage and we just double checked and we're like, okay, we're good. And then it was like we had like a decent time after that, knowing we got our flights. But it was just like that minute, as soon as we got that text message, those 10 minutes before the show, dude, it was like,
man,
scary, bro. You know, and like when you already got in your head, like, fuck, finally I get to go. It's like being in jail for a couple weeks. You know, it's like, yo, I finally get to go home tomorrow. And it's like, nope, you got to stay another X amount of days. It's like, oh, hell nah.
That's good, man. Does Wacko usually follow you, like on the road and stuff like that?
Anywhere I can afford to take him, I take him.
Yeah, cool, man. Yeah, you can also check him out too on Instagram.
Yeah,
Wacko Films.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is. Yeah. All right, man. So before we get into our rapid fire questions, your song "Sleep Talk," man, like I said, one of the most lyrical, like, you know what I mean, bravado. Like I love it. You know what I mean. Can you spit that a cappella for us?
Yeah. The quality's good.
Yeah.
Cool. I was focused, living hopeless, thinking they would fucking notice. Through the most to be the dopest. Know the flows is that explosive. Slept with roaches, urban poets knowing to cherish every moment. These are God's hands swinging a axe named Otis. Know I'm steady coasting by the ocean, heavy smoking. Opponents no commotion, package shows with no promotion. Motion and devotion, repping setting stones in motion. My spoken word is golden. I'm Achilles versus Trojans, going out like Logan in the ring. I'm like Hogan, you falling off like Owen. My third eye stay open, ain't worried about a follow. Make them swallow on a hollow. I leave the greatest dead in the ring like Apollo. I'm Alonzo, King Congo, my city's Congo. Tory Honzo sharp, you ain't even in the combo. The head honcho pulling up to your condo. It's a murder taking place like OJ in the Bronco. 60.
Yeah. So I'm saying, man, you guys got to go check them out. 60 East got all the links down there. Man, like I said, in my eyes, you are a legend in the game too. You know what I mean? Like you with your festival and like, you know what I mean? You got all these cosigns. Like, definitely got to go check 60 out, man.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem, man. I just hoping that the Thought Fest is coming up, man. I really hope it's gonna happen. All right, man. So we're gonna get into a little bit fun. Rapid fire questions. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, man. Your favorite place to eat?
There's a joint by my crib called Wabi Sabi. It's kind of like a Benihana's joint. That's my spot.
Yeah. Favorite food?
Little cheaper. Mexican food.
All day, huh? Well, what in particular Mexican food?
I mean, I don't really have a favorite. I like it all, man.
Yeah.
But my go-to is Mexican, like throughout the week.
Yeah, for sure. Your dream car?
Man, I've seen this. I don't really have a dream car like that. Like, I'm not a car dude at all. There's not one car in particular that, like, if I were to get $1 million tomorrow that I'd buy. I'd have to literally go shopping.
Oh, word. All right. Your favorite movie?
I'm gonna say Romeo and Juliet.
Okay. Favorite TV show?
Snowfall.
Person you want to have dinner with?
AOC.
Oh, word. Okay. Favorite non-rapper?
I didn't get this one. What do you mean by rapper?
Or like, your favorite artist that's a non-rapper.
Oh, okay. Bruno Mars.
Okay. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
I fuck with pineapple pizza.
All right. Favorite day of the week?
Monday.
Your biggest pet peeve?
Irresponsible people that don't take what's the word I'm looking for? People don't take responsibility for the actions.
Okay.
Irresponsible people.
Your biggest fear?
Being away from my daughter. Not being able to see my daughter.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Invisible.
Okay. Cool, man. All right. Well, thanks for having fun with us, 60. Like I said, man, hope you're doing well. You know, like I said, it's a tough time in the world right now, but you know, we appreciate over here at Breakpoint Booking. You know, whenever this, you know, things start lining up, man, we'll get some work done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, man. I need to get out of here. I'm trying to. I was already looking for what countries are open right now, and I'm like, yo, I'm trying to go, but then they're like, yo, we ain't letting Americans in. Get your ass out of here.
Oh yeah, exactly, man. They're smart.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, man, we'll get some work done going on pretty soon, man. And like I said, thank you for joining us today, and we'll talk to you later.
All right, for sure, bro.
Peace. All right, man. All right, well, thanks for joining us, guys. We had, just like I said, we just had 60 East on here. Join us on Breakpoint Now. Like I said, my name is Jesse Leone from Breakpoint Booking. I appreciate you guys all tuning in. And you know what? Stay breezy and join us next week.